Harry Styles, you know?
1, 2, 3.
What's up, guys? Tonight I have with me
Laine
from
Life of Lainebut
and
Connor from...
tonight we're going to be talking about relationships, specifically the 5 steps to creating positive relationships.
And I didn't think that... What is
Hey
happening?
guys, so Shelby has been in a long-term relationship. Me and Connor are both single. So if you guys, oh my gosh, are struggling to find companionship, we have the solution for you. So,
You can trust us!
I'll go first. The first step is...
Right when you said I'll go first, Shelby and I looked at each other like, we're up. We'll leave that out.
So the first step is hand holding. It's really easy. You definitely, if you like this person, definitely want to waffle. You don't want to go for the church prayer hand hold.
Getting my finger wedges.
Don't
Okay,
say
that's
that.
disgusting.
You definitely want to waffle with your crush. That lets them know you're interested.
Don't say waffle with your crush. It's not good. That can be lost in interpretation.
Okay, you want to waffle
Hand
demonstration with your crush.
What's this one?
I said it was like the church prayer hand hold, yeah.
Pray like this?
Yeah,
When you're like
hands in like a prayer circle,
Not what
they're
you're-
always
I
like,
see what you're saying.
let's hold hands and pray.
Okay, so
It makes me so uncomfortable when they're like, okay, let's hold hands in prayer. And then like the person right next to me is immediately sweaty. Because you can tell that they're
nervy.
nervous. And they're like shaking and stuff. I'm like, why are you shaking? Stop, we're praying.
don't shake when you hold
Don't
your
shake when
crush's
you hold
hand.
hands or sweat.
Well, I have a story about how waffling is really powerful. This kind of takes us off track. I was actually at church camp. I accidentally waffled on a guy. Definitely hurt our relationship when I waffled on him because we were not trying to get to step 2, which Shelby is going to tell us about. Noah, if you see this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Step 2, here we
Step
go.
2 to the staircase to creating positive relationships. First we had
The hand hold.
now. Second step
Don't waffle.
is hugging. There's a
Initiate a
lot
hug
of
with your
different
crush.
types of hugs. You got your awkward side hug, hey buddy. You got your like, I mean, that's
You got your one example. You got the bro hug.
You got
Bro
the
hug.
Bro hug.
Bro hug.
What differentiates?
You have all kinds of different like hand placements that you can do.
Yeah.
As a girl, I feel like guys can do it too. 2 hands up top, you know, like this. Very
Definitely my
independent feel. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I feel like that's like holding on like real tight.
Yeah, I
Very,
feel like that's best because when he's up top, it's kind of like you can just
I get
you
squished.
your head off.
I just feel like when a boy is doing the 2 hands up top, then like I get claustrophobic and
Yeah.
I cannot breathe.
I also have like more
I'm being
friendship
choked.
vibes from that
can't
than
breathe, yeah.
romance. If my guy friend's just like, oh, Lynn, come here, I'm like,
That's
okay,
friend
cool.
hug.
I
for
would
you?
feel very uncomfortable if
I'll
my
say that's
friend
the
did
other
that
way
to me.
around.
Anyway, so we got our 2 up top, you know, boy and girl perspective. Also, you've got so many different styles of like one on top, one on bottom type of deal, and more of like a ooh, like that kind of thing. You get very close. Personally, I've had friend hugs with girls and with boys.
I've been hugged by a plethora of my companions.
And personally feel very awkward when we get chest to chest, whether it's with a girlfriend or with a guy friend. Just please don't do that to me.
A personal
You gotta
message
be
to the viewer: if you see Shelby, don't hug her because she will flip out.
Not close. You gotta keep like a good distance.
If you're a male friend of Shelby's, you don't want to be chest to chest with her. Just slip that hug from behind.
Just
in.
yeah.
No, that's a very intimate moment that you don't need to be having with some kind of
I have
guy
a lot
friend
of
or
my girlfriends and guy
girlfriend.
friends chest to chest.
Your whole body touches.
Yes.
No, that's weird. And then there's the classic Tumblr Visco now girl hugging from behind. You know, you go in your knight in shining armor, who's probably 14, sneaks up behind you and gives
Surprise.
you a good old hug. Personally, I like that hug, right? But I feel a little bit weird. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. I mean, you know, you can like, ooh, or you can
Yeah,
like,
that's fine. I'll be like, oh.
so you got a few options there. Hold their little hands here, rub their head here. But you know, enjoy this for a moment.
We're
then
only
turn
on the
around,
second step.
Go into a better
Oh yeah,
hug.
that's you like realize they're there and then you
Yeah.
rotate.
Good moves there.
All
Step
right,
3.
this is the most important step because this is where you want to stop afterwards. You
Draw those boundaries.
want to draw the boundaries. It's this
So
step.
you're not a frog jumping in boiling hot water.
I was taught tea.
You told
Frog
us you
get
didn't even
into
know what
tea.
the frog was.
Whatever.
We caught him in the lie.
Connor
third
is
step.
an example of a boy you don't want to take this ladder with.
Connor wants you to jump into the boiling water. The
Tell you what,
frog will get into water that is warm and then it slowly
Deteriorates.
heats up more and more. This is why you need to climb the steps instead of jumping. Or it means that you need to be careful climbing the steps because it can lead to sex before you know it.
This is right after you're done hugging. You know all the moves. You're like, okay, I'm finally close to this person.
Well, apparently you're close with your girlfriends and your guy friends.
I don't make out with my guy friends. Anyways, when you're kissing, you want to remember that the first go-to kiss is always the peck. You're both like, oh man, this is crazy. We're both kissing. But sometimes you want it to be like a night of lust and you want to like go into it, but always start with the peck. You got to start with the nice peck, and it's going to be awkward. It always is. Or it could be awesome.
I've never kissed anyone.
Either way, it's going to be a magical moment.
So
Is it always going to be awkward, or is it going to be a magical moment?
It's going to be awkward at first, but then maybe lead to a magical moment that you're like, okay, now I can use my tongue and stuff. You go, la, 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 and
on
then,
your
like,
first kiss, you guys are blowing my mind.
this is
I like to take my steps really slowly.
Just remember, the key points to take away from kissing is that start with the peck. Don't go into it too crazy unless you're feeling very, very passionate.
Are too big.
After that, you got to feel what the other person's feeling. Feel the rhythm. Feel the dance. There's a dance to it.
But really good tip for this step is communication. See what your partner's thinking.
Put your fingers in their mouth.
Like, how do you feel about this?
You always want to talk about this. Honestly, am I putting too much tongue because I can dial it back?
If they think your communication is weird, either cut them off from communicating or cut them off.
Yeah. Be responsible.
Cut the tongue off if it's too much. So now where are we going with? Wait, we're not going to talk about biting? Again?
So biting.
I've never kissed anyone.
Biting. You don't want to bite too much, obviously. You don't want to draw blood. You're like,
more of a tug.
KSS.
It doesn't have to be like a
KISS. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Stupid.
You kiss around the neck. Girls really like around the neck. Do you guys like around the neck? And then it's like, oh, that's cute. Kind of
cute.
Just kiss wherever, but not wherever. You animals. Anyways.
We're only on step 3.
Are we going back to you for underwear zone or?
I could do that.
Shelby's like, I'm gonna swing that shit over there.
The underwear zone. This is a no-no for us good Christian people. Okay?
This is where you draw the line in pen, not in pencil.
Okay, the underwear zone is where you're in your underwear with this person. You don't want to be here because it leads to the next step, which is
sexual intercourse. Next up in our sex ed course today is sexual intercourse.
Actually, I was talking about sex, not sexual intercourse. This is exactly what confused me as a child.
Only when they want to have a baby. Any other thoughts, guys?
That's everything I know.
Let's just know this bridge.
I had to pee really badly.
If you see a girl like this in the club, don't approach her.
At all costs.
That's a tell. I don't even know, like, is that considered throwing it back or just throwing your back?
That is everything you need to know about love.
There's literally nothing else to it.
Don't learn the 5 steps. Don't go to the underwear zone.
Subscribe, like, and comment below. Thanks for stopping by.